Stone presses close around you. Timber beams sweat in the dark. The air is thick with saltpeter and damp earth. Beneath the House of Lords, in a rented cellar, 36 barrels stand in ordered silence. Iron hoops bite into their staves. Slow matches lie ready. Above this vault, the chambers of the Palace of Westminster wait for dawn. At first light on 5 November 1605, the state opening will gather crown and realm in one room. The king will sit robed. Lords and commons will assemble beneath carved beams and painted ceilings. The floor above your head will carry the weight of a kingdom. The design is fixed. Conceived by Robert Catesby, guarded now by Guy Fawkes under the name John Johnson. The powder waits. The fuse waits. The city does not look down. Stone vaults run beneath your feet like a second city. Timber doors, iron locks, leases signed in private names. The cellars under the House of Lords are not guarded as a fortress. They are storerooms, rented space, coal, timber, common provisions. A vault may be taken in a subject's name and filled without inquiry. You move through passages cut into old foundations of the Palace of Westminster. No watch is fixed here by custom. No daily search is ordained. Authority rests above, in chambers and galleries. Beneath, trade and storage proceed in shadow. The kingdom sits upon hollowness it does not inspect. The lease was secured by Thomas Percy. The barrels were carried down and ranged in order. 36. Iron bound. Concealed beneath fuel. No officer marked their number. No clerk recorded their weight. Resentment had long been seeded. Penal laws pressed upon recusant Catholics. Fines. Exclusion. Oaths required. From this soil the design was shaped by Robert Catesby and his circle. The stroke intended was not random slaughter. It was directed at the assembled crown and estates of the realm. Security did not stir until a letter passed hands. An unsigned warning delivered to William Parker, 4th Baron Monteagle, carried onward to council at Whitehall. Read, considered, reconsidered. Suspicion rose late. Search was ordered only on the final night. You stand above powder laid for a kingdom's undoing, and the guardians of that kingdom move by rumor, not by rule. Footsteps enter the vault, leather against stone. A lantern lifts, light strikes iron hoops and stacked billets. The hour is late on 4 November 1605. The search long deferred descends at last. Sir Thomas Knyvett leads the entry beneath the House of Lords. Keys turn, doors yield, the chamber is opened. You stand beside the guard who calls himself John Johnson. Cloak drawn, hat set low. In his keeping lie slow matches and touchwood. The lantern flame wavers. Shadows climb the barrels. 36 stand packed behind fuel and timber. Their weight is not guessed. Their purpose is not denied. Hands seize him. He does not flee. He is searched. Matches are found. The woodpile is disturbed. Powder is revealed in ordered ranks. He is named. Guy Fawkes, servant to Thomas Percy, watcher over the charge laid for the coming assembly. Above, chambers remain prepared for the state opening. The king is yet unaware within his lodging. The realm still rests on beams set over powder. The arrest is made. The fuse is unlit. The barrels remain sealed. But the night has shifted, and the vault breathes out its secret into the corridors above. The lantern light fades from the vault. Iron clasps fasten on the prisoner's wrists. The hour moves toward midnight, 4 November 1605, yielding to the next day. Stone passages carry the sound upward. The city does not sleep. It tightens. You feel the path of the warning that began days before in Hoxton, near London. A letter placed in the hands of William Parker, 4th Baron Monteagle, words urging absence from the coming Parliament. The paper was borne onward to Whitehall. Read before council. Weighed, shown to the king. King James I commanded closer search. Not routine watch, not daily scrutiny. a final inspection. That command now reaches its consequence beneath the Palace of Westminster. The prisoner is removed from the cellar under the House of Lords. The barrels remain in place. 36. Untouched. The intended blast that would have taken king, queen, prince and assembled estates has not broken stone or timber. Hours pass. Torches burn low. Messengers move between Westminster and Whitehall. Council confers. Names are spoken. Thomas Percy, Robert Catesby. The design to strike on the morning of 5 November stands exposed before it can be enacted. Dawn approaches. 5 November 1605. The chambers above are not shattered. The floor has not risen. The carved seats remain whole. In the House of Commons, a clerk records a marginal note in the journal. The arrest. The discovery of 36 barrels of gunpowder. The plot defeated. Ink fixes the fact. You stand within a city that has stepped to the edge and drawn back. No walls have fallen. No bodies lie in the aisles. Yet the realm has looked into its own undercroft and found powder laid beneath its crown. The morning light spreads across Westminster, and the knowledge of what was intended settles into the record, waiting for what follows. If this passage through a kingdom's narrow escape held you fast, remain for the next descent into its hidden chambers. If this journey through a kingdom's narrow escape held you fast, subscribe for more unvarnished descents into history's guarded vaults. You stand in chambers prepared for ceremony, robes laid out, cushions set, the throne positioned beneath carved timber. The roll of those meant to gather is fixed in custom and record. King James I would have entered in state. At his side, Anne of Denmark. Near them, Henry Frederick, Prince of Wales. Before them, the lords spiritual and temporal. Below, the commons summoned. Hundreds enclosed within one hall at the Palace of Westminster. The vault beneath held force enough to tear through floor and throne alike. 36 barrels ranged in silence. No blast came. No beam split. No body was thrown against stone. The number of dead remains none. The tally of ruin stands at none. You search for witness to alarm in the streets. None is recorded. No diary fixes the hour of fear. No account preserves the cry of a tradesman or the gasp of a servant. Discovery came in darkness. The chamber above slept unaware. The city woke to ink, not fire. The names that shaped the design are set in record. Robert Catesby conceived the stroke against crown and estates. Thomas Percy secured the vault in his name. Guy Fawkes kept watch with matches in hand. Sir Thomas Knyvett entered and seized him before flame met fuse. William Parker, 4th Baron Monteagle, bore the warning that stirred the search. You feel the fracture not in shattered stone, but in trust. The realm assembled above powder laid by subjects sworn within it. The threat was contained in a cellar. The breach lies higher. Morning stands clear. The hall remains whole. The knowledge endures. If this passage through a kingdom's narrow escape held you, remain for the next reckoning written beneath its crown. The cellar closes around you once more. Stone sweats. Timber presses low overhead. The scent of powder clings to the air, sharp and mineral. Iron hoops circle stacked casks in rigid ranks. 36. Silent. A man stands among them. Cloak about his shoulders, hat shadowing his face. Slow matches and touchwood are kept near at hand. He names himself Johnson. He keeps watch beneath the House of Lords. Steps descend. Authority enters with a lantern's glare. Sir Thomas Knyvett commands the search. Wood is shifted aside. Barrels are struck and counted. The concealment fails. Hands seize the guard. He is held fast among the powder he was set to fire. His name is drawn out. Guy Fawkes, servant to Thomas Percy, keeper of a design first shaped by Robert Catesby. Above, the chamber prepared for the state opening remains whole. The carved seats are unbroken. The throne stands unshattered. No floor is hurled upward. No stone collapses into flame. The blast that would have torn through king and estates does not come. The barrels are taken into custody, counted, recorded. 36. No spark touches them. No smoke coils through the vault. No ruin spreads across Westminster. The tally of the morning holds at none destroyed, none slain. You witness a kingdom preserved by the uncovering of a cellar. The force laid to erase its assembled head is reduced to evidence in the dark. The prisoner is led away. The chamber above endures. The vault is emptied of peril, yet not of meaning. If this descent into the hidden foundations of power held you, remain for the next reckoning, written in its shadow. You turn from stone and timber to parchment. Ink fixes what powder did not. On the morning of 5 November 1605, a marginal note is entered in the Journal of the House of Commons. The discovery is set down. The arrest is recorded. 36 barrels of gunpowder are named. The design against king and parliament is marked as prevented. The chamber above the vault becomes a place of writing rather than ruin. Quills move. Lines are drawn in the margin. The realm preserves itself in script. You hold another paper in mind. An anonymous letter delivered on 26 October to William Parker, 4th Baron Monteagle. Words urging him to absent himself from the Parliament. The letter passes to council. It reaches the king. Suspicion sharpens. Search is commanded. The paper becomes action. The prisoner's voice follows in due course. 2 confessions, dated 8 November and 17 November 1605, bear the name of Guy Fawkes. They recount the charge laid beneath the House of Lords. They confirm the intent to destroy the assembled estates. You seek private witness to the night itself. No widely cited diary fixes the hour of seizure. No common journal preserves the sound of keys in the vault. The day stands in official record and examination, not in household memory. Thus the event endures in margins and confessions. Stone was not broken. Bodies were not counted. The trace that remains is ink. The city survives above its undercroft, yet the written word now binds the knowledge of how near it stood to fire. You descend again in thought to the rented vault. The stone has not shifted. The timber above has not split. Where flame was meant to run along slow match and into packed powder, there is only cold air. 36 barrels once stood in ordered ranks beneath the House of Lords. They were seized intact. They were counted. They were removed. The design was set for the morning of 5 November 1605. King, Queen, Prince, Lords and Commons gathered in one chamber. The charge beneath would have lifted throne and floor together. That force remained contained within wood and iron. No spark reached it. You trace the chain backward. An unsigned letter placed in the keeping of William Parker, 4th Baron Monteagle. Words warning him to withdraw from Parliament. The letter carried to Whitehall. Read before council. Shown to King James I. Suspicion ordered into action. On the evening of 4 November, search entered the Undercroft. Sir Thomas Knyvett led the descent. The guard was found among billets and casks. Guy Fawkes, holding matches fit to fire the charge laid for him by Confederates. He was taken before the fuse was touched. The morning light of 5 November broke over Westminster without smoke. No chamber lay in ruin. No body was borne from debris. The official count stands at none slain, none maimed, no building destroyed. The tally of damage remains at none. You stand within a kingdom preserved by the exposure of its own hidden chamber. Powder lay beneath crown and estates, yet the vault was opened in time. Ink in the Commons Journal fixes the deliverance. Confession fixes the intent. Stone and timber endure. The cellar that was meant to erase the realm instead marks it. The Undercroft remains. The memory remains. The city walks above foundations once packed for its undoing.